Hey guys, I'm Ben.
I'm Ava.
I'm Chauncey.
I'm Jacob.
And welcome to the podcast.
So today we're going to be talking about outdoor activities, things of that nature. And we have Jacob here who's in marching band. And we have Ben who's in our swim team.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk just about throughout the whole podcast and preach that marching band is a sport, even though it's widely accepted that it's not, and that's not why I'm not here to change opinions. But regardless, it's physically demanding, and especially at Blake takes it very seriously. The common saying, people don't go to football games for the football team, they go for the marching band, and we're big because we go hard. It's crazy. Yesterday, actually, we had rehearsal until 6:30. They extended it an extra half hour this year, but we were doing push-ups because drumline likes corporal punishment, and we had to start over every time because this guy wouldn't count loud enough. And at one point, he was so sick and tired of it, he got up and left and just completely quit. And that he's we're 1 week away from the game, which is cool because now we have less people, and it's rooting out people who aren't I don't want to say good enough, but
willing to work for what they want.
Mm-hmm. It's when you join the drumline, especially in marching band and everything, you join something that's bigger than yourself. It less becomes about you and more becomes what you can do for everybody else, and you owe it to everybody to do the most you can.
That's really cool. How you guys can kind of see, and I know you say that marching band is kind of not a sport, but in some ways you kind of look at it as it functions kind of as a team. I mean, some people can say it's a sport. For swim, I definitely get the same thing when you're talking about how it's you're joining something bigger than yourself. It's more of a family. It's a bunch of people that you come to do these things that you enjoy together, and they all support you, and you make it work, and it's a lot of fun to have that. For swim especially, it's a lot of working out, endurance. You have to make sure everyone's your body's tuned up to what needs to go down in the specific meets and what you're swimming and stuff. But you go through a lot of rough spots, especially if you're new to the team, trying to get your body in that peak physical shape. But when that team family part kicks in, it makes things a lot easier to get through, knowing to have people there that if you try your best and do what you need to do, they're always going to be there to support you.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So we have some questions I'll start with you because I have more for marching band, and then Chauncey's going to do Ben because she has the swims ones. Yes. So what's the benefits of doing marching band outside rather than being inside in, say, the school gym?
Well, one benefit, a lot of the stuff that marching band does is outside, so it's better to practice where you're going to perform every Thursday or every Friday before we have games. We always just practice on the actual football field before the football team gets out there. We have to get used to that heat. We have to get used to the actual environment because even the way everything sounds in a gym or inside is significantly different than how it'll sound outside. And practicing where we'll perform, it definitely helps us develop the sound that we need.
That's good.
Okay, so my question first is, what's it like being on the swim team, being, like you said, a part of that type of family?
Being on the swim team, specifically going to that family part of it, it's it's definitely the classic team sport where you think of. It's not something where it's I would say soccer, baseball, where you're kind of working with your team. I mean, there is relay racing, which is kind of more as a team, but really when you're out there, it's very individual. You're very focused on yourself, pushing yourself as hard as you can to get to that final finish line. So it's a lot going through your head because you're, at the same time as you're thinking about yourself and how hard you need to push yourself to win for your team, you also have to think about how long I need to go for this point, or is this person going to do this event, or which event you have to work specifically for. So it's a lot of I don't know a better term other than say mixed emotions going through your head.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sounds kind of fun though, honestly.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know a lot of people on the swim team. They all really love it.
I mean, it sucks the day after you join because you can't walk. But, it's
yeah.
Totally
Well, like they say, just keep swimming.
Oh, man.
Just keep swimming. It was
so
worth it. It was so worth it.
Was it
swimming.
though?
Just keep swimming though.
Is that what your coach tells you?
No. My coach
That's
doesn't
what
say
your coach should tell you.
Because
Yeah,
if my
to
coach
just
said that,
keep
I would
swimming.
not be on the
Your
team.
coach really needs to tell you to just keep swimming.
No, if he
Because
said
that's what
just
you gotta
keep
do.
swimming, I
Motivation
would get
for
out of the
you.
pool, I would jump the fence, and I would run.
I mean,
Probably a
but
good
that's
motivator
not
to work out, actually.
that's not team spirit though. If you think about it.
Okay. Well, now Ava, you have your other question
Oh
for
yeah.
Jacob.
So like, what do you guys do to make sure that you don't like pass out from heat exhaustion? Because we live in Florida, it's very hot and very muggy. So like,
exhausting.
what do you? How do you not like pass out?
Drumline, like our drumline has like a group chat that like our drumline instructor like runs and like he contributes to. Literally like 2.5 weeks before camp started, they said start drinking water right now, because especially like during band camp and everything, it was like feels like 100 weather. It was ridiculous.
I could never.
Yeah, the only like benefit or the only thing that was keeping us from like constantly dying was the fact that we were over at Stewart, and Stewart has like the water right behind it, and we were on the football field, so we got like a little bit of a breeze. But even that wasn't much. There were still a lot of people who needed to sit down. But a lot of it really is that conditioning, like getting used to what you're gonna have to deal with every day.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. So, how long, when you go to swim practice, how long are you there for?
On Mondays, because we have early release at school, so up until that point where it's like the end of a normal day, so we get out like an hour and a half early on
It's
release.
like 2:30.
It's an hour, yeah.
So for that hour and a half, we do dry land. So which is basically we go to the gym or we'll like start running. We'll run a few miles and stuff. We're just doing classic workouts without like water, because when you're in the water, you do work out your body, but it's not, you don't get that like gravity aspect and stuff. So we have to get that chance to work out on dry land so we can kind of push ourselves a little bit more than we would in water, and then that helps us when we get to swim for endurance. But we're there for usually like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you the same thing. How long do you guys do marching band?
Yeah, marching band, it ends the same time regardless of whether or not it's an early day or not. Every day, it just ends at 6:30. No different times, no early release. Then we have 2 band rehearsals on Monday and Thursday, and then sectionals just with your own instrument group on Wednesdays. But sectionals are harder, at least for drumline, just because our drumline instructor Zay, he's always told us, like from the beginning of the year, if the band's bar is here, ours is here. Like we have to be the best, and he won't accept anything less.
Yeah.
Which is why it's good watching people who can't take it or can't do it or just bring us down, watching them leave. Well, it's a bittersweet victory.
Yeah, that makes sense. So,
Wow, that was intense.
yeah, that sounds
And
very
I
intense.
mean, all your hard work kind of pays off in the end anyway.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, you guys do amazing at the pep rallies and the football games.
Yeah, and Blake's really known for their marching
For their
band.
marching
Like
band,
you said
yeah.
earlier, you don't come to Blake for the football games or for the football team. You come for the marching band, which is kind of true.
It is.
Yeah, football
factual.
team is.
But swim's pretty cool too, which is an interesting thing because a lot of people don't remember about the swim team. They kind of just know that it exists, but kind of just forget about it.
That kind of hurted it.
And I
but
mean, it's
Yeah,
really
it's
cool
true.
when people rep it up.
Yeah,
though,
you
'cause they'll
gotta,
be
rep
come
your
join the
team.
swim team.
You gotta rep your team.
I was
Yeah.
forced to join swim team. I don't know about you guys. I did not want to join swim team. I was forced
Yeah.
to.
Well, now are you
people
happy that you
But
did
now
it?
I'm happy that I did.
That's good. See, sometimes force is helpful because it gets you outside. It gets
Just a
you
little
doing
push.
things.
I mean, Ben, question. What do you think Cinderella wore on her feet when she went swimming?
Oh,
I think I know.
well, this question's not
It's-
to you.
it's for
Jacob.
Ben.
Yeah, I know, but
I think she probably wore nothing. 'Cause
No, man.
just
She wore glass flippers.
oh man.
Well, I think that's gonna end.
That's kind of
That's
bad.
probably gonna be
I'm
our
just
wrapping
saying.
statement
Yeah.
for the day. It was good, but we also marching bands has no puns, so it's.
Yeah, I can't
Sorry.
give you any puns. I'm really sorry.
But
Oh,
yeah,
it's,
so
it's fine.
Totally
Thank you.
disappointed.
I appreciate the lack
all
of
we
fun.
all I could find was marching band quotes that
Yeah.
were very inspirational.
So
Probably
I think.
can we have
There's
water?
some really bad.
Yeah,
ones
I
about
think
this
I'm
one.
just we're gonna end it here for the day. Thank you both for coming on today. It was
Yeah,
really
thanks
cool to
very
like
much for having
hear
me.
your
Wanna
stuff.
shake my hand?
Yeah, let's shake hands.
I'm shaking the wrong. There we go. Jacob, you want to
Wait,
shake hands with
okay.
us? Just shake hands across. There we go.
Like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, and then
Alright.
we're gonna
Oh, yeah,
cross.
we gotta cross.
Yes.
Cross.
All
There we
right.
go.
And all this
And
handshaking.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Thanks
Bada
for
bing,
coming
bada
on the
boom.
podcast.
Thank you.